I am not finished with rage. I still rage, I still have rage. I'm better at managing rage. But rage will come up throughout my discourses. What my topic is why Bali? Why am I here? Why are we here in Bali? Of all the places in the world, why are we in Bali? At first, I didn't know how to answer that question. There's the beauty here, of course. It has a beauty that is different from other places in the world. But I couldn't play, really. People, neighbors, complained to the host about me playing, which brought up my rage, which brought up my anger, which caused me to go berserk. For a while I walked the paths. I walked behind the houses and the villas, singing to whomever I met, singing to the workers who loved me to sing to them, dancing through the streets, doing ceremonies in the different areas and places that seemed to require ceremonies. But I couldn't really play. There were these people in the various venues who were playing, and we could join them. We could do open mics and play, but there wasn't playing. Everything is electronic. And I was determinedly against playing electronically. I still am, and I still will be. It's not an intransigent place. It's just I like to make contact with people. I like to look into people's eyes when I sing to them. I don't like to be singing into a microphone, focused on the microphone and singing into people's eyes. That in itself requires an entire Thoth. So I couldn't play music. I couldn't sing. I still can't sing. In these houses, in these villas that we were staying in. Yes, it's beautiful, but to be without singing and playing the violin, it doesn't mean that I enjoy the beauty that much. The people are beautiful. I love the people here. There's a specific type of Balinese person that I like a lot. And those are the people who really can't speak English. Their spirits are full of happiness for life. They are not encumbered by a competitive and envious heart. Their smiles come openly. They smile. If I say hello, they smile. If I greet them, they smile. If I say Om Swastiastu, they smile. I love that. And that perhaps was one of the most enticing aspects of Bali. When I sang to a Balinese person, and they always would receive me. Not all Balinese, but a lot of the Balinese would receive me, especially workers. In the middle of working in a villa, they'll turn and they'll dance, or they'll make eye contact, or they'll give me a thumbs up. That was I would say, more than any other place in the world. It's not the Balinese that complained about me playing, it's the Europeans. It is the oppressors who complain, people who come from elsewhere, who want to control this environment. Luckily, the Balinese have established a system where they can't take over, although the Russians are doing a very good job of taking over. Be it buying up stuff and being very aggressive in their desire to take over the land. But the Balinese don't sell their land. The king, who when we first arrived had just died, and we celebrated his demise and danced, and let us say, a video of me became viral on the internet, and it was only me dancing with my hands. Not full body, just dancing, just in extreme joy at the way they celebrate people's death. Unlike Europe and the United States, where everybody goes, oh, dead, oh, poor James. No, they don't do that. They get out the drums, they jump up. They lift his body down to the beach, and they burn in happiness and joy and cascading joy. That was compelling. But why Bali? There are the volcanoes, which I love. I love volcanoes. The Balinese are extraordinarily good at copying different cuisines, so there's tons of food that I like. I would say nobody thumbs their nose at me like they do in the United States and America, and I wear more outrageous things than I've worn anywhere. They don't judge me, and on the other hand, they don't yell and scream something rude at me, which has been happening my entire life and which brings up my rage. They either do not respond and they just continue their life, or they do a thumbs up, or they are very pleased and supportive, and they smile very graciously and beautifully towards me. I love that. I love it extremely much. Is it the weather? The weather is extraordinary. The weather is so hot and warm. The rains are warm. When I lived in San Francisco and it rained, it was like, keep me indoors. And even indoors it was cold. Chilly. The fog was terrible. It was a horrible thing. I never loved the fog. I tolerated the fog. It went into my bones and made me freezing. And I couldn't wear skimpy outfits like I can here. So the weather is important. It's hot here. I love being hot. I love the heat. I love the warm rains. I love being almost naked all the time. The women used to go topless here until the Europeans oppressed them into stopping. It wasn't the Balinese who stopped wearing tops just because they wanted to. The Europeans forced them out of Christian ethics, Muslim ethics, Islamic ethics, all these ethics having to do with garbage, trying to force people to do something that they don't want them to do because they're not dealing with their own issues. Yes, the Balinese women would go topless. There was a story I heard of one of our friends going to a meeting, and one of the elder Balinese women came into the meeting topless, and the people didn't know what to do about it. She didn't care. She was topless. What is it, topless? I'm topless. And of course they told her to put something on. I think they should go topless. Why not? Why not have everybody go topless? I put on a bralette because I love the feeling of that embrasure of a bralette. It's not acceptable for me as a male to be wearing a bralette either. And yet I'm covering up my breasts. Whereas the women, they cannot walk around without a bralette because their breasts are whatever. I guess the men just have a lust issue. They can't stop lusting. They can't stop thinking about putting that somewhere. Is it the waterfalls, the beautiful waterfalls everywhere? Is it the rice fields that can extend to the horizon, where the rice and its beautiful heads will grow up, and people in beautiful hats, straw hats, will cut the rice down and harvest it and make money from the rice crop? Is it the animals? Is it? What is it? Why are we in Bali? I can talk about causes. The sweetie chose to come to Bali. She saw it superficially as a way we could save money. Because in that European American world, the expenses became exorbitant. Not only that, but because of the increase in cell phone use and people's ability to just film things and tape whatever they want and take and steal the soul, as the native and tribal people spoke of a long time ago, they knew that this was a stealing process. They could steal everything that we did. We stopped being able to survive in the United States. We were not going to receive help from any of our fans or friends. We were not going to get any subsidy from the government. Our music was not going to go somewhere where people were going to go, oh my God, what a great music this is. Let's buy $1 million of this music so that these people can eat and live in a house. No, it was not going to be that way. We had to flee. And we did. By fleeing, that meant traveling around the world looking for a place, feeling for a place where we could survive. And that was Bali. We went all through Mexico, we didn't go Southern America. We stalled around Guadalajara. We could have gone to Oaxaca, but we didn't. We went on through Europe, through southern France, up to Netherlands, across, through Germany, through all the Slavic regions, stopping at Istanbul, where they tried to arrest us for dancing. Can you imagine arresting somebody for dancing? From Istanbul, we came to Bali. We came to Asia. The difficulty of transgressing the disinformation that occurs in Europe and the Americas in regards to Asia is part of the problem of getting here. To reject the disparaging remarks that an American, a conservative, and that's what the United States is now, a conservative American would say about Asia, is really difficult. But the sweetie saw Bali as a place that we could survive. We could survive with the help of our patronage and be able to live well without having to scrounge and beg people anymore. So Bali was where we came. I can't play here, but I can survive here, and that's interesting. I do play, and I will play. I have to be patient. and that will be how it works. Those are the many things that I think about. I really could stop holding money and handling money. And that was something that I started doing a while ago. I stopped handling money. And in Bali, I don't have to handle money. I can walk around and be here without holding money or without using money. Everything is open for me. I could also really learn new things. I could learn that in Asia, Asian people are more cleanly than Europeans and Americans. Their sense of cleanliness is extraordinarily fastidious. It's at that place that I really like it. There's such a disgraceful disparagement of the Asian environment, making it seem dirty, savage. Not all people do that, but a lot of people, the conservative people, do. So I have gotten past that. I am here and now to think about leaving Asia, in very specifically leaving Bali without having a bidet makes me very sad.